Have you ever thought about all the different ways there are to deal with addiction? Today I'm going to tell you about different ways to deal with different addictions. The information I'm going to share with you can help you help others around you, or even you if you may be dealing with addiction yourself. The different addictions I'm going to tell you about today are alcohol, drug, and prescription medication addictions. First, I'm going to discuss with you alcohol addiction. And the first treatment I'm going to show you or tell you about is government help. Government help is made for people who want to get better and cannot afford other options. Many different states put millions of dollars into these programs every year. This came from Dwayne Simpson's article, Evaluation of Drug Abuse Treatments Based on First-Year Follow-ups. The next treatment option I'm going to tell you about is based on age, sex, and race. This is a personalized treatment option to help individuals. Specialists came up with this idea based on different age groups, different sexes, and different races, and put them all together to come up with a unique, individualized treatment option. This can also be very expensive. And the last alcohol addiction treatment I'm going to tell you about is Alcoholics Anonymous. This is set in a group setting and it is good for any strength addiction, weak or strong. This has the theme or goal to stay sober. It's unique because the addicts help each other to stay sober, and they can make friends with each other, and since they've been through the same thing and have the same goal, it will help them. And next I'm going to tell you about drug addiction. And the first treatment option I'm going to tell you about is memory manipulation. This clears the mind and so that the addict has no recollection of using drugs in the past. This is mainly used for people who have a weaker addiction. It's not used for people with a strong addiction because it clears the mind and not the body, and it can lead to other things worse than addiction. This came from Al Milton's periodical article. And the next I'm going to tell you about therapeutic treatment. This is a calming treatment where the addicts learn skills and are taught techniques to avoid the urge of using drugs. And last, I'm going to tell you about a treatment option from Philip Bean's book, Drug Treatment, What Works. And this is intervention. Intervention is where people that are close to the addict, like family and friends, get together to persuade the addict to quit. And most of the time, about 50% quit from using drugs. And next, I will cover prescription medication. The first treatment option for prescription medication I'm going to tell you about is by taking other prescription medications. They go from one prescription medication to another, and the second one is less harmful, and then they take another one which is less harmful until they are not addicted anymore. This is called easing off. And it's not common type of treatment, but because it can be harmful from going from one drug to another, but people that do try it, it usually works. And the next treatment option I'm going to tell you about is detoxification. This clears out the human system, and it usually only lasts for a few days, but it makes the addict realize over those few days that how different it is to be off these medications and usually quit or just go right back to what they did before. And last, I'm going to tell you about counseling and therapy. This is where a counselor or a therapist talks to an addict individually and how the prescription medication is affecting their lives and how they can change. Usually, the counselor or therapist brings in family members or friends for support. This can commonly be mixed up with intervention, but it is not, because in this case, counseling and therapy, the family is used for support, and in intervention, it's used to persuade the addict. And to conclude, I told you about alcohol, drug, and prescription medication treatment options, and I hope what I told you has informed you on ways to manage addiction. Push stop. Push stop. Push stop.
Huh?
Push stop.
Oh my god.